Welcome to Owning the Masters, a podcast where we discuss business, entrepreneurship, and lifestyle for the culture. We're your hosts, Be the Boss.
And LJ.
Our featured artist of the week is Just Jeffrey, and the song is
Board Games,
Yes.
featuring Stephen Hood.
I see you bored with me. Let's find something to do. Since you've been player one, guess I'll be player two. Your favorite game is chess, and that's a player move. You think you can hide what I ain't seen, but I can see right through. You say you don't know.
Right.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
So,
welcome back. Happy Sunday.
Yes, happy Sunday. Wherever you are, it's Sunday for us today, but whenever you listen to this, we hope your day is going amazing.
Yes.
We're going to start by thanking everybody for supporting and tuning in.
Yes.
This is episode 9.
It's episode 9?
Yes. This is episode 9.
Wow.
Or 8. Episode 8.
Episode 8? Okay.
Yes, episode 8.
Yes.
So today we wanted to come on and discuss
a plethora of topics.
Yes.
We just gonna chop it up pretty much.
Yep.
You know?
We're gonna have a wine down.
Yeah.
So YouTube can see we got our wine here.
Yes.
Everyone tuning in audio, y'all can just grab a glass of wine and join in with us. Yes.
Yeah.
So today we want to kind of discuss business and relationships.
Yes.
Not just romantic relationships, just the importance of relationships, period.
Mm-hmm.
That's business, that's your business partners, that's your community, that's
friendships,
friendship.
Family.
Yeah.
Even with your children
Mm-hmm.
or your spouse.
Yes.
It's so many different layers.
Yeah.
And we want to touch on as many as we can.
Mm-hmm. So let's start there. Let's start with, you said like spouse relationships as an entrepreneur and just navigating that. Like, how do you navigate? Because I'm single, so. But just how do you navigate being in a relationship and just trying to balance your significant other and your business, especially like in your situation, because you and your partner are both entrepreneurs.
Yeah. I think that planning is very, very important. You have to literally make time for everything, especially if you have children.
Yeah.
It might be a little bit easier if you're just like in a relationship or, if it's just you and your significant other. But you have that other dynamic when you add kids into it.
Yeah, that's true.
So, I mean, really, it's really about delegating your time.
I like that.
And, we have to take, really, we don't, but we should be taking at least one day a week to like just spend time with each other, because it can be a lot. If you don't, then your relationship can seem like it's turning transactional, pretty much.
Oh, yeah, I can see that.
It's like, and then it's, you just have a routine every day that you follow, and it's like, you get bored, you can definitely get bored, especially if, if you're not spending that time or taking that time, even if it's just a couple of hours throughout the week or, a couple of hours in the week.
Yeah, just to go out and do something.
Go have lunch.
Yeah.
Go, whatever. You don't even have to like go on like a nighttime date. Really, our schedules really just depends on how you.
Yeah.
That's the good part about being an entrepreneur is that you can go on those during the day dates and it's really chill. Restaurants be empty.
Okay.
You got lunchtime prices.
Kids at school.
Look, we going to Fogo the Child.
Okay.
$40, $35, whatever. Like, I mean, but you can do stuff like that when you're an entrepreneur. And I mean, you just, to keep that balance, you have to delegate your time.
I like that word, delegate.
Mm-hmm.
I like that because that's what it's about.
Yeah.
Is delegating, like being intentional about making that time.
Yeah.
For everything.
Yeah. Communication.
God, yes. God, yes. Yes. That's it right there. And I think too, just being with somebody that kind of understands what you have going on.
Right.
Understands, like me being single,
Yeah.
I have a lot on my plate. I got kids, I
Mhm.
have my 9 to 5, and then I got our business ventures.
Right.
Plus my real estate business, and then I do too much. But
Yeah.
just trying to find that time to like go out
Yes.
and date, period. Because it's hard, like in my case, it's hard to find somebody that's understanding about all that I have on my plate. I don't have time to sit up
Mhm.
underneath nobody.
I think that really, especially in that situation, I think that with you being single, you should try to find people. This is not towards you. This is just
Mhm.
generally speaking. You should date people that are in your lane. I feel like entrepreneurs should date entrepreneurs because you understand each other,
I agree.
and it. I mean, you can make it work. You don't have to necessarily
Yes.
be with an entrepreneur, but I feel like the chemistry is better because you understand already. You don't have to teach somebody or explain to somebody what you're doing, how you spending your time, understanding that, I might get up at odd hours in the middle of the night. I
Yeah.
might get inspired in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
And I don't want you thinking that I'm on some other stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's what my mind, for me personally,
Yeah.
my mind is the most active around 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. Mine
It's
too.
crazy because I can go to bed at like 9 at night, 9, 10.
Yeah.
And I will wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and be up.
There's something spiritual to that. I just was reading. Like your brain really is like the most active during those hours.
I probably wake up at 3 o'clock every night.
Between 2 and 5.
Yeah. Unless I've been drinking. And I'm knocked out.
So this article here that I found online, it says waking up at between 3 and 5 a.m. is a sign of spiritual awakening.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? When I was a kid, my mom used to tell me that when I was a kid too. 3 o'clock in the morning. Like, that's the time. If you wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, you need to start praying. That's what she used to say.
Mm-hmm.
And not just because it's something bad, but she's just like, that's what she would say is this guy waking you up trying to speak to you. That's your time because it's quiet, uninterrupted time. That's your time to communicate.
Mm-hmm. I think your mind is the most clear.
Yeah.
You just waking up from you in between, like, especially if you've been asleep before that, you kind of in between that dream state and awake state, which is where your mind is the most open and most clear. Mm-hmm. So you can like manifest your thoughts better. You can understand your thoughts better because your mind's clear. You don't have all those distractions.
Right.
Yeah. Because I've been doing that a lot lately. I'm like, what does this mean?
Yeah, like why not?
Yeah.
Why do I keep seeing these numbers?
Yeah, it's like what should I be doing? Like, and that's when, like you said, your mind is the most creative and active at those hours, and finding somebody that's understanding of that.
Yeah.
But I guess, like we talked about on the side, like I think we have a different understanding of that because we were raised by a creative.
Yeah.
We're creatives, but our dad is a creative in every sense of the word. He can build things. He is a musician. He writes music. He does photography. He does calligraphy. Like our dad is super
pretty much does
talented.
Everything. And if he don't know how to do it,
he gonna find out. Yeah. He literally can do anything. And so, but when we were younger, that was his time. He would get up in the middle of the night or whenever that spirit would hit him, he followed it. He would go do whatever and get in his bag and stay there until he accomplished whatever it was that he was going to do. And I think we get that honest.
He still does it though.
He does. That's just how he functions.
Yeah, he's like, he'll still be up at 3 o'clock in the morning making music, playing the guitar, like or whatever. Like he could be doing You really just never know.
Yep.
You never know.
Our dad is a creative too, like in every sense. He's a textbook creative. Everybody thinks that they're creative. No, he is that.
Yeah.
And like we had to we grew up with this, so we have a different understanding of what that takes. And not everybody does. And I think that I've been in relationships to where it made sense to me because that's how I grew up. It's like when the spirit hits you, you just roll with it.
Yep.
But everybody's not like that and doesn't understand that. And they're like, what are you doing? And why, like, why you want to do that? Or
3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
What you doing? Who you talking to?
Right. Like, I'm not. I'm just like, I'm in the spirit. And I've dated a creative, and that's how he was. He would get up, that spirit would hit him, he would go write a whole song.
Yeah.
It was like, but I got it.
And you like, you know what? You need that space.
Yeah, I was like, go ahead, go on in there and do it. And the very next day, he would lay it down. It's one of the best songs he got. So it's like, but I know that I understood that that's where that, like when the spirit takes you there, you got to go at that moment or you're going to miss it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That's the struggle. I've really been struggling with that lately because I'm more really real life. I am like a free spirit. Yeah. It's just motherhood has tamed me.
Me too.
And I'm going to keep it that way for now.
For now. Till we're grown up.
Right. Yeah, I got to set the example. But nonetheless, what I'm trying to get at is, it's like, basically, I mean, we do weird shit.
Yeah. And I mean, you still have to be you. Yeah.
Yeah, like, I mean, I can go out literally some mornings, like I do a lot of not private things, but I like time to myself. So, and I don't tell people what I do all the time. A lot of stuff I do, I don't tell people. It's just, that's my time to myself. And that's just that. But like, sometimes I'll drop my kids off at school. They got to be at school at 7:30. It'll be 8 o'clock. I'll go to the park when nobody's there. Yep. And I'll sit and I'll write, or I'll just sit and meditate, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, I do things that you probably wouldn't think I did, pretty much. Like,
but see, that's so weird. Like, I didn't know that. I do the same thing.
See? You didn't know? Well, nobody knows that. But yeah.
I do this. I do the exact same thing. I will get up. There's like a little trail around from my house. It's got lily pads and nature and frogs and turtles. And I will take my dog and we will go for a walk, and I will lay in the grass and I would take my notebook. And
I've been doing that since I was a kid. When I was younger, I actually used to like lay on the roof of our house.
Yes.
And there was a big old tree in the front, so couldn't nobody see me or nothing. But I would sit out, I would lay on the roof for hours, looking at the stars, chilling in my little zone. You know? But I've been doing stuff like that since I was younger. I used to do that when I was a kid. I would go to the park and write poetry, or, you know what I'm saying? Just, I've kind of always been introverted, I guess.
Yeah. And you just have to have that. Even if you're in a relationship, you still have to maintain those levels of you.
Yeah.
Outside of everybody else. Otherwise you'll lose your mind.
Yeah.
It's mental health.
Yeah.
Like you have to make time for you. You have to find people, surround yourself with people that get that. Like we talked about with Mike. He was saying, like, friendships, for example, not just relationship. He was saying friendships, you have to, when you get older, you learn how to put people in different buckets. Like, you got your gym friends, you got your go out and have a drink friends, you got your everyday I tell you everything, you my sister, brother friends, you got your go on vacation friends. Right. And you just got your people that's always been there. I don't have to talk to you every day, but we always gonna rock type of friends.
Right.
And everybody don't go in the same bucket. Then you got your business friends, and you have to just kind of learn who's who and what's what, and understand that you can't deal with everybody the same.
Yeah, exactly.
Because everybody's not going to get every aspect of your life. And they're not supposed to.
No.
They don't have to.
But then, that's how you kind of sustain those relationships. You know what I'm saying? Those that are meant to be sustained. You know what I'm saying? As long as you understand the dynamic and how you interact with that person. And it's a mutual respect. That's really the main thing with anything.
It's not a using type of thing, because everybody doesn't have to be like people that I kick it with. You might not be able to rock with me on a business tip. You know what I mean? That's not your thing. Yeah. But that doesn't mean I can't be your friend or deal with you because we don't vibe on that level. Yeah. Sometimes we just like, you can't put everybody in every category, and that's fine. and learning just how to accept that.
You know what though? I recently made a post on social media and I said I don't want no new friends. But let me explain. Let me explain what I mean by that. Um I feel like at this point in my life, um I don't really have room for like meaningless relationships.
Mm-hmm.
So really, just at this point, this stage in my journey, not to say that this won't change because I'm sure it will over time, but at this stage in my journey, I'm really only interested in like building relationships with people that are an asset.
Mm-hmm.
A business relationship or whatever. I mean,
Yeah.
basically, I only want to create relationships with people that add value.
Yes. And that's not always monetary value.
It's
Sometimes
not.
you just need
Somebody to confide in, somebody that inspires you,
mm-hmm.
somebody that you can tell your ideas to and they add to them or they just listen.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yep.
I mean, it's so like I said earlier, so many different layers to
It is.
relationships and how you deal with people, and it's not an offensive thing. It's not like
Mm-mm.
you know, I'm not being snobby when I say I don't want
Yeah.
any new friends.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just my focus is not on. I don't need people that that want to go and hang out and go to parties, go to clubs, and because that's never been my MO anyway. But at this stage, I don't even have time for that kind of stuff.
Right.
Really. You know, and it's not even an interest that I really have unless it's like something chill, like chill vibes.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'll go out
events.
every now and then, maybe every blue moon, but that can't be the premise of our relationship.
Right. It's
know?
got to be something that's going to build or add. And that's, again, that is a mental health decision because anything else is going to take away from the things that you're trying to do. It's not personal. It's just that you don't have the energy to use towards that.
Yeah.
That's it's a liability at this point because my energy needs to be used elsewhere.
Yeah. Right.
Guess we should think of those relationships like a concentric circle. So you got you in the middle, you got a circle around you, that's your inner circle. And that's the people that you can tell everything to. They're going to rock with you. That's even those people that we might not talk every day, but I'm always going to rock with you. I know I can call you if I need you. Those are your inner circle people. Then you got your outer circle people. Well, you're in between people.
Yeah.
And those are the people that's your friend, but we vibe like on a spiritual level. We can do business together as friends. We can, we can go out together type of friends and we vibe on a different type of level. Then you got your outer circle people, and that's like your business networking relationships.
Yeah.
Like coworkers or like people that you do business with, like your vendors or people like, because relationships are important in every aspect of business, not just your inner circle.
Yeah.
It's about building relationships.
And how you carry yourself too. I gotta add this.
Yes.
How you carry yourself even when you're not conducting business. People are always watching.
People are always
watching.
And
you have to be mindful of how the type of stuff you post. The things that you say when you're in like social settings. Like with me, I really try to keep things. I don't talk about politics. Oh, yeah. I really don't like talking about religion.
Yeah.
Unless I'm,
that's them them not close inner circle people. That's the ones I'm like right outside of that.
Yeah, exactly. Just, it just depends on who I'm with. But you really have to be careful, even with people that you are comfortable with. You just have to be careful the type of, your opinions that you put out there.
Yes.
Just because they're your opinions don't mean you always need to share them. Like
yes.
Basically.
Yes. There's people that we hesitate to do business with because they are very opinionated
and vocal
vocal on everything, and we just can't. You want to be careful. Yes, you still want to be authentic and be yourself, but you also want to be careful about rubbing people the wrong way. There's a way that you deliver it. Like I can have my views, but I don't have to force them on you.
Right.
I don't have to make you agree with me.
Right.
Like if we get into a conversation, I'll share my viewpoint. I'll be honest and authentic, and then I'm gonna leave it alone because
I'm more so. I'm not gonna say nothing unless you ask.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that's what I mean.
you
Like,
know what? I'm gonna just listen to y'all over there.
yeah.
That's not even my lane.
Yeah, like if you ask me, I'm gonna give you my honest,
Mhm.
viewpoints. But if not, I'm gonna go ahead and stay out of that. Go down a
Really?
rabbit trail you don't want to be down.
Negative.
Yeah, that's really important, especially like in building business relationships.
Yeah.
Making sure that you always present yourself as trustworthy and authentic and being you.
And still being you at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's very important.
Right.
Let's talk about that next bucket. Working with family.
Working with family?
Yeah. So all
It's
of our
easy for me.
guests, except for one, Alondra, I think she's the only one that has her business by herself.
Mhm.
But the rest of our guests,
And Candace, her business
well,
is more so hers.
her boo.
I mean, he helps, but that's her baby.
It's their, yeah, it's her baby, but it's their baby.
I feel like with her,
That's
she's
true.
one of those examples of really just having a good supportive spouse.
She does.
Because
Yes.
you don't see his name in nothing. He don't comment on nothing. You know, he just do what he do in the background, and that's your lane, babe.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm not gonna get in the way of that.
But what I like about their relationship is that he pushes her to do stuff. Like
Exactly.
she said that she
Mhm.
wouldn't even be doing YouTube. He was like, "You need to do YouTube. It's like let's go buy the camera. Let's go." Like he pushes her to do that. That's the type of spouse you want. Somebody's gonna push you to do stuff. And like you
Mhm.
said, he don't want the
Because-
glory or the credit, or he let her do her and be great. And
Because when she's winning, when she's up, we all up.
what
When
Jay
she's-
say?
When she's happy, everybody's
Yeah.
happy.
Where
What
what you
Jay
say? There's
talking
one where there's one millionaire, there's two. Something like that.
You
What's
talking
that lyric?
about
on Family Feud?
yeah, you talking about
When we eat, the whole family eat. Well, when you eat, the whole
Boss.
family eat. Yeah.
Damn, I can't remember the line you talking about though.
Mm-hmm.
But I know
What's
what you're
better
talking
than
about.
one millionaire too? That's what he
Two,
said.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You damn right.
If I'm eating, we all eating.
Yes. Yes.
And
When I'm doing what makes me happy and I'm getting money because nobody's happy when they broke. I'm sorry, I don't care what you're talking about.
You hear me?
Being broke is not fun.
It's not.
And being broke is a mindset. It's not about how many coins you have. It's about, for one, your mindset, and two, what are you doing with the money that you're getting? I mean, we're in America. Nobody is flat broke.
Right.
Flat broke.
Even
Like to the point where you don't even have any resources. That's what I mean. Like,
yeah. Our government gives money away, especially now.
okay, if nothing, I mean, I'm just looking at it from a global aspect.
Really.
Like,
We
we
have
have poverty in this country, but even our poor, the poorest of
Yeah.
the poor, have it better
our
than some other places.
exactly, because our government gives money away. Like our
can go somewhere
poor
and
can
get some
still get
food.
health care, food, or things like that, even when they're,
Yeah.
not to be insensitive to people that are in that situation. That's not what we're trying to say.
No.
But there are places in this world where they don't have that as an option.
And they don't have an option or resources to even get out of this situation without
Right.
leaving their country.
If they can.
If they can.
'Cause
And really, that's
even
not
an
even an
expense.
option.
Yeah. So we got it good over here.
Yeah. Bottom line, count your blessing.
That part.
Wake up grateful every day.
Yes.
Really.
Yes, because life is too short.
You say what you want, but I would not want to live in any other country.
No.
I won't.
Maybe Canada.
Maybe.
I'll go
Canada's not bad.
I'm
I'm with you
I don't
on
like
that
the
one.
snow. I go to
Canada's
Canada
cool.
though.
Canada's cool.
Yeah.
The economy and the way it's set up is pretty sweet.
Germany.
I
go to Germany.
Germany?
Yeah.
I don't know enough about Germany.
I go to Germany too.
Germany, all I think about is never mind.
Yeah.
Talk about that.
Yeah.
I just don't know how much. I know it's changed, but I don't know about Germany. The
Now
language
go.
is too much.
Shut up.
Like I can't. I can't. And
I'll do it.
I've tried to learn German.
I don't want to learn it. They speak English.
Do they speak English?
They do.
They speak English everywhere, I guess.
Mm-hmm. So we're good.
Because I'm like,
And you know what? No matter where you travel, we have Google now, so you really don't have to talk.
okay, I really have an iPhone. I can just type in what I want to say, and my
Yeah.
phone will talk for me.
Yes. So let's talk building community and networking.
Yeah, team
The
building. I was
importance
definitely gonna get to that.
of your network and networking.
I'm gonna tell you this: as an entrepreneur, anybody that is an aspiring entrepreneur, get your team together first.
But yeah, that's what you did.
Plan. Get your business model. Get a draft of your business plan, and then build your team.
Yep.
And then make sure all the rest of the shit's in order, pretty
Mhm.
much. But as you're building your team, they're gonna make sure that all the rest of your shit's in order. That's my thing.
Mhm.
Get you an attorney, get you an accountant. First things first.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what you're doing. I just had a meeting with my accountant Friday, and it was so enlightening. It was so good. Like, it gets you somebody that's going to educate you first. Like, don't just find somebody that's
That's
going to do the
important.
work for you. Make sure you know what's going on too, and knowing how things work, knowing how your taxes are set up and what you can write off, and
That
there's
takes
a whole
pre-planning too.
yeah. So that way, out the gate, you're already ahead of the game. I
Mhm.
mean, I will say, yeah, with my business, before I even accepted $1 under my business, I made sure that I had, pretty much most to not all my ducks in a row, but the main things. Like,
Mhm.
I had talked to an attorney. I have an accountant. I had, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
all the business structure, I worked on it for really over a year, but I really diligently worked on it for like a good 5 to 6 months
Mhm.
before I really was like, okay, I'm about to register my business and, really get the ball rolling.
Mhm.
Get your business bank account. That way you can track all your expenses out the gate. It's made me doing my business taxes so much smoother,
Mhm.
even smoother than I thought it would be, because I've kept all my receipts from day one. I've
Mhm.
tracked all my expenses from day one.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, I even talked to my accountant before, like, just so I know everything that I need to do before I start accepting money and that type of thing.
Yeah. That's
And what she told
important.
me, I don't even have to pay anything. I don't have to pay nothing in taxes.
See?
For one, because I have a service-based business. So make sure that's the thing. And I
Yeah.
was just had this conversation earlier today, how everybody's, even earlier today, we just had that conversation,
Mhm.
but, everybody's like, get an LLC, but you
There's
need to
so much
know
more to that.
an LLC does not always fit with your business model.
Mhm.
You have to really do the research. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Which is why the accountant and the attorney is so important.
Yes.
And it also, having an accountant and an attorney will determine how you go about collecting funds from your customers.
Right.
So you really
right.
need to do that first.
Yes, because that's the most important part of your business is the
Mhm.
money.
Right. You need to know how you're gonna take it, where it's gonna go, how much you like an estimate of how much you're gonna need for taxes, and there's a
Right.
lot that goes into that.
And when you have a sales-based business, an LLC is just not really the scenic
Mhm.
route. Like, that's not really the ideal route. That's why it's really important to like do that research.
Mhm.
You might need to get an incorporation or
Yeah.
an S corp. Anything like.
Yeah.
Sometimes an LLC is just not the direction that you need. LLCs are more for service-based businesses.
Yeah.
If you're selling drinks or food or whatever, like, you
Then-
just have to make it make sense.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're cooking and serving food, that's different. But if you're
Yeah.
just selling some
Plates,
stuff,
yeah.
selling
not be.
jewelry, selling
Mhm.
skin cream, whatever, like, you gotta really do your research.
Mhm. And make sure you have, I think, a running theme that we've had with all of our guests, especially with Candace and with Mike and Alex, and really Mike and Alex, they discussed the importance of having your ducks
Yes.
in a row.
And
We
if you're
talk.
gonna listen to anybody, listen to them because they get in the
Okay.
bag.
And
okay?
they've been doing it for a
And they've been
long
doing it for a long
time.
time.
And like they were saying, because they can speak from a business standpoint as well as from an investor standpoint. So they invest in other people's businesses
Right.
as a part of their business model.
Right.
So just from an investor standpoint, like you shouldn't be putting all of your own money into building your business.
No.
You want other people to give you money to build your business.
Right.
The point of a business is to make money, not to spend it. You have to invest in yourself, yes, but that's a short-term investment.
Mhm.
Over the long term, you want other people to give you money to run your business.
Right.
And you can write that off in taxes, and so can they. But what they do is they invest in other people's business and they want you to have your paperwork together. They're not going to look at a business from an investor standpoint if their ducks ain't in a row. You got to know what your projected revenue is going to be. You got to know how much you spending in taxes. You got to know how much you bringing in and have those dollars tracked. Because if not, you're not going to be able to make money. You're going to always be pouring money into your business and not making it.
Yes.
So
that's how we keep it cycled. That's how we keep it cycled.
Yeah.
Much. I mean, these bigger corporations and even some of these smaller businesses and franchises that you see popping up, like
that's how they did.
They're getting funding.
Yes.
They're doing things the educated route.
Yes.
You know?
Yep.
I mean, I say if you can, especially if you're underneath that, if you're in that lower tax bracket and you're looking for an exit strategy, and you know what I'm saying, you're really serious about wanting to create generational wealth, I think that with all of, pandemic and put your money up. Not going to tell you what to do with your money, but really serious, like put that money up.
I call it
use the
money.
free money that you're getting and put that up.
Yep.
Work on your plan because it takes time. It's not like you just, I got some money. Let me go and get an LLC real quick. That's not how it works.
That's not how. Stop doing stuff for social
keep the
media, y'all.
rotation.
Yes.
We're trying to build a community, and just off of this platform, you see, like we have people that literally are like,
they do this.
Literally told y'all, we want investors.
Yes.
I mean, we want to invest in people. You know what I'm saying? And that's just one aspect. There's so many people out here, so many different businesses, because they know that it's a benefit to them, and it's a benefit to you as well.
And they're not doing it for clout. They're doing it to build up.
Yeah.
A community.
Get out here and actually talk to people.
Yes.
I'm downtown at least 4 to 5 days a week, for real. Like, and I'm just down here. I'll just go and have lunch somewhere. Like, I just want to be where the money is. I want to be where the money resides. I want to be where the people are.
Yes.
I come down here just to network with people sometimes. I go to Briarpool Network. I go, wherever people are, that's where I'm trying to be.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yep.
Because you just never know who you're going to meet.
We literally, before this show, there was another show that was on. We were just outside of our building where we shoot, and we were networking.
Literally.
We saw our cousin, but we were already kind of talking and networking, and we got a guest, and we're going to partner up and do some things. It's like, that's how it happens. You just got to get out here and talk to people because you never know who you talking to. We've actually been sitting in here. Where were we? I think we were here, and
probably
we got to talking up about her business, and she gave out business cards. I'm always giving out business cards, and you just never know who you talking to. You don't be afraid to get out here and meet people, and
being friendly will get you a long way.
Yes.
And it's not even fake. Like, I'm genuinely just, and I'm an introvert, but I'm also an outgoing person. If I go out and I speak to people, I talk, I, create little small talk, and people are drawn to that. And they want to know more about me and my personality, or just get to know me more on a personal level, just because I have like a welcoming spirit about me. It's a gift. Everybody doesn't always have that, but you have to find
It's learned too.
It is learned.
I've had to learn it.
It definitely is.
I'm an introvert. I have not always been warm and fuzzy. I can talk and things now, but I've always been very quiet and introverted, and like I was the opposite. Like I
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't talk to anybody. I had to learn being in the career field that I was in for so long how to talk to people. But with that, I've been able to learn how to have that type of spirit to where I can go out and talk to anybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I didn't come like that.
I mean, and shoot, you gotta have something to talk about. Because I've had my stages where, I've not always been bubbly and outgoing. I'm not always bubbly and outgoing
No.
anyway, but I
Yeah.
mean,
Being
it's a
able to
mental
say,
health
"Hey, how you
aspect.
doing?"
There
It
has
is.
been periods in my life where I've been going through some mental stuff, and it's not that I'm just being quiet and just being me because I don't have
Yeah.
nothing to talk about right now. I'm not in a good mood.
Yeah.
I need somebody else to be that bubbly spirit for me.
Yes. But I think we can all be like that sometimes.
Yeah.
and
So I
have
mean,
those
I don't even take it
aspects.
personal when people don't reciprocate that energy. I don't really take it personal, but I'm still gonna be me at the end of the day.
Yes.
You
Yep.
know?
And that's how you
And that's how you actually. I've
gain.
had this experience recently. I gotta tell it. Earlier last week, I had the same experience. Now I approached a business, and I was just inquiring because I wanted to do some business with them, but it was the first time kind of on the whim thing. So I approached them and I asked some questions, and immediately it was just this negative energy. It's like no, no. Like before I could even get anything out that I wanted to get out, I was cut off, shut down, and thrown out the door. Like. But I didn't let that deter me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't let that negative energy that I was receiving didn't affect me. I'm still okay. Well, you know what? That's fine. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't even like that. I'm just like, okay, that's fine. And then okay, so the next thing, you know what I'm saying? And that was, but I've had more interactions with this person. And now it's like every time they see me, they want to talk to me because it's like,
and then that's because they realize that goes back to another conversation we've had. Be careful who you give that energy to, that negative energy to, because you don't know who they know.
That part.
And in her case, that's what it was.
That's really what it was.
It just so happened that she's very close to somebody that person knew, and that person didn't realize that. And that person actually wanted to do business with her business partner and didn't realize that they were connected. And then she was like, oh, maybe I should be nice to her, treat her different because I want to do business with that person too. So you don't know, you might be like, for example, like with us, you might see me and you give me negative energy, but yet you've been looking and searching high and low for somebody to come and clean your business. And you've been looking for her and couldn't find her. Yeah.
It could either way.
Yeah. And you've been wanting me to be your realtor. And, it's like you didn't realize you treated my sister like crap. We told our kids this the other day.
We sure did. Sure did.
We had a conversation with our girls the other day because I guess her girls were having an issue with some little girl at school. And we were, my older daughter said that they've had issues. Like one of them was having an issue with somebody, and my oldest daughter was like, "Well, if they don't like my sister, they don't like me."
Yep.
And we said the same thing.
You're not her friend, you're not mine either.
Yeah.
Period. We run together.
We a package.
Yeah. And yeah, my girls are really a package. Yeah. Like if anybody messing with them, they got each other.
Yep.
And they will say, all right, cool. We just gonna play with each other, forget y'all.
Yep. And her youngest daughter was having an issue with some little girl. And her oldest daughter was like, yeah, she fake. We don't fool with her.
She's my child completely. She is a little mini version of me.
Yes. I was like, yep, that's how it should be. They don't fool with your sister. They don't fool with you. That's that sisterly bond. And like I said, be careful because you never know who's connected. Like we said, making sure that you presenting yourself, putting your best foot forward.
Yes.
A, you never know who's watching, and B, you never know who they're connected to. So be careful. You might be burning a bridge before you even get to the bridge and don't even know. So
remind yourself. I mean, I feel like everybody should be this way, just personally, but I feel like we should be more conscious of how we deal with our emotions. Like even if you're having a bad day, because we all have bad days, We all go through things. But just keeping it in the forefront of your mind to stay positive and look at the positive side of things.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you manifest
Mm-hmm.
positive things in your life.
And that starts with
You know,
being grateful.
that starts with being grateful. Yes, every day.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing you should do in the morning is be grateful that
Mm-hmm.
you got to wake up and get another shot.
That part. Because especially this last year,
Yeah.
we see that everybody don't get that chance.
And I feel like that's true. I feel like with all that we've gone through in the last year, it has made me appreciate a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
It has made me appreciate life more and the little things that come with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Every single moment you get with the people that you care about.
We've lost so many people,
Mm-hmm.
and I've lost a lot of people in my personal life within the last 12 months.
Mm-hmm.
Really, last 2 years.
Yeah.
And it has just changed my outlook on a lot of different aspects in my life. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like I can't wake up and be negative or against the world or thinking the world is against me. You know, I'm in control of my life
Mm-hmm.
and the choices that I make.
That part. No, really.
So you can choose to be happy or you can choose to be miserable. It's on you.
It's on you. At some point, you can no longer blame your situation or your circumstances. At some point, you have to take responsibility for the things that happen. And sometimes you have to take responsibility for things that have happened to you that weren't outside of your control.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But you still have control over that situation, especially if you're an adult, because you can change the trajectory of your life from today forward.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to let those things that have had a negative impact on you affect where you go tomorrow. You have full control over what happens to you as an adult. You can't always keep using that as an excuse. This happened to me, that happened to me, and having that victim mindset.
Yes.
At some point, you're no longer a victim.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, you have to take responsibility for the things that you've done or chosen and what you let affect you. And that's important. We have to, and that's the last relationship we can talk about is the relationship with you. Really.
The relationship with yourself.
Yes.
How you talk to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
This has been heavy on my mind lately. But there's so much power in the words that we speak. That alone. So like with that, it's like you have to. I've got more into giving myself affirmations.
Mm-hmm.
I do that every morning now.
I like your affirmations.
They're a little ratchet sometimes, but I can be a little ratchet sometimes. So it's real life, okay? No, but for real though, like just how you speak to yourself. I can't remember who told me this. One of my friends told me this, but how you speak to yourself, your conscious, it hears what you're saying. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes I'll jokingly be like, yeah, I look ugly today. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like saying little negative things about yourself, even though I don't really feel like that completely. I may feel like that in the moment, but I don't feel like I'm ugly. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But it's like
The
your
universe
conscience
hears
doesn't know the difference.
Nope. The universe hears that.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So when you speak negative things, you're actually manifesting negativity in your life.
Yes. Speaking of, so last week, and y'all could probably tell, so Mike and Alex, that we got so many gems from them, y'all. I can't wait till y'all hear the episode with them.
Mm-hmm.
It hasn't aired as of today, but by the time y'all hear this episode, y'all would have had to have heard that one. So before y'all listen to this one, make sure you go back and listen to that one, especially because we got so many gems.
Yes.
But they recommended a book called The Power of the Subconscious Mind.
Yes.
I went and bought that book the next day because I've read The Secret and I started reading Think and Grow Rich. I kind of put that on hold to read this book first. Mm-hmm. But your subconscious mind is everything. I'm only on like page 40 and I've already gotten gems out of that book.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just listening, like being conscious of the way you speak to yourself, being conscious of your thoughts. because sometimes you might not say, "Hey, I look ugly today," but you somewhere in the back of your mind, that's that little tiny, tiny voice that doubts who
A little
you
bit of
are.
insecurity in there. You know
Uh-huh.
what I'm saying?
You got to speak to that because the universe picks up on that too. Your subconscious mind controls your conscious mind. So
Yes.
the conscious mind is the things that you do outwardly. Your
Right.
subconscious mind is that tiny voice in the back of your mind. That's the voice that's really controlling everything.
True.
So that's what you have to have control over in order to be able to manifest positive things in your life.
Yeah.
And positive outcomes.
Mm-hmm.
That book is a gem already.
Yes.
But yeah, you have to change that. And
I definitely want to, I think that's something that we should do for our viewers too, is like give them book references, because we both been reading a lot more lately.
Yeah.
And a lot of the ideas that we talk about come from information that we receive, conversations, and just reading in general is just so fundamental. Like, I know when I go for periods without enlightening myself, reading, educating myself, doing something to exercise my brain in a positive way, I just feel so much better. I feel so much more motivated and inspired to like do new things.
Yes. That I think that educating yourself is a matter of self-care.
It is.
That goes back to that relationship you have with you, mental health, self-care, educating yourself on positive things. I mean, y'all can go and read ratchet books and Sister Soldier. There's nothing wrong with that.
Because I definitely will get me some definitely. I just got the Sister Soldier actually.
And the Bible's not the only motivational book.
It's not. It's not. We definitely need to get outside of that.
Yeah.
Honestly, because really, I mean, unless you're willing to really the thing about reading the Bible to me is you got to really study.
You do.
There's so many different parables.
Not even that. I feel like it's so much deeper than
just what you're reading.
What we've learned. There's a lot of science behind any religion or spiritual journey that you take. You also have to learn the science behind it too.
Yeah.
Not in just the science, but just understanding that there's different viewpoints beside your own.
I think there's a thin line between educating and indoctrinating.
Oh, God, yes.
Especially when it comes to, and I feel more strongly about this since my kids have started going to Catholic school. It's like I have to redirect some of the things that they learn in school. Just because I mean, and this is whether they was going to a Catholic school, IPS,
that's
whatever.
School in general.
Like I'm heavy on educating my kids at home first.
Yes. Indoctrination is not just religious.
That way, I was raised that way, and I used to get in trouble. In school for like correcting my teachers and stuff.
Yeah. Again, that goes back to.
But I don't care. I tell them, look, unapologetically, you do what you have to do.
Yeah.
For real.
I just need to know this information. I don't have to agree with it.
Yeah. All right. If I got to learn this to pass the test, that's cool. But I know what it is.
Yeah. Yep. And that's why it's important. Like that love for education starts from the top down.
Yeah. Yeah. It really starts at home.
It does. Yep. And like said, and we may have a different viewpoint again because the way we were raised, our dad's a reader.
Yeah. But even if you don't grow up with that dynamic, just like Michael said, he didn't grow up with that type of dynamic. His mom was hardly ever around.
And he didn't start reading until he was 16.
Yeah.
And picked up a book on real estate.
Life choices.
And changed his life. The first book he ever read was the book that changed his life. So it's like.
Yeah. I mean, you can't really go as an adult. I feel strongly about this. As an adult, like you can't base where you're at as an adult off your childhood.
No,
it's really about your life choices. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially if you know the difference. If you are smart enough to know that you had a messed up childhood and you didn't learn XYZ, then you should be intelligent enough to turn that around.
Exactly. Surround yourself with something different. There's no excuse now. I was just talking about this before this too. There's no excuse now. We have all the information available to us. It doesn't matter what you look like, what your skin color is, where you came from. the information is available in these little boxes that we have that we carry around with us all the time.
Okay.
Anything you want to know.
Anything
You
want
can
to
be
know.
any color, size, gender, creed, sexual orientation, and learn about any and everything you want to know. So if you can take time to scroll on Instagram and double tap and TikTok and learn all these TikTok dances, you can take some time to learn about how to get some money. You can take some time to learn about the community that you live in, the people around you, your ancestors. You can take time to learn about where you came from, and you can take time to learn about
Dealing
where
with
you need
trauma.
to go.
Where you need to go.
Mm-hmm. So there's no excuse. Like I said, it sounds harsh, but we're doing the work. So
Yeah,
you know,
in a lot of different aspects, in a personal aspect, in a business aspect.
Yeah.
And it's never, know that you're never an expert.
Never. And
had that conversation earlier today.
Yeah.
Nobody's an expert in anything.
No, I don't want to be.
We can no, I don't even think it's possible because our world is forever evolving and changing. So things will always change. There'll always be something.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
It's really just about staying ahead of the race.
That part. And understanding that the race is not with the next person.
It's within yourself. You are racing against your own self.
Really. Like who you were yesterday. That's the goal.
I used to tell all, well, when I coached track, that's what I used to tell my students, like, when you're running, it doesn't matter what they're doing on the side of you. Like, you need to focus on your lane. Mm-hmm. Staying in your lane, beating your time. Mm-hmm. You're your own competition. Mm-hmm. And once you do that and you continue to level up, you'll become ahead of the race.
That's a word right there.
You know, I mean, it's a race, but it's also a marathon.
Mm-hmm. That's a word. Because nobody can bring to that what you can. Exactly. That's why you're your own competition. Mm-hmm. You can't compete with nobody else because you are your own competition.
Right.
Yeah. You're just trying to be better than you were yesterday.
Yes.
So, yes.
I hope that y'all got some gems from this conversation.
I definitely did. Welcome. Yes. Thank you for tuning in to the wind down. I hope you grabbed yours. We have ours.
Right.
Take notes, comment, like, subscribe, follow us on all social media platforms at Owning the Masters. And something else for y'all to do, comment or hit us up on social media if you're interested in a book club. Because we're thinking about starting up a book club where we get together and we share different books, maybe every other month. Mm-hmm. Kind of like Oprah's book club. Auntie got Auntie's book club.
Yeah, if we could do a book a month, that would be great.
Mm-hmm.
I really, that's the goal. I want to at least read. Really, I want to read at least 2 books a month.
Yep. I think that's a good goal. And we all kind of get together as a community and talk about it. And if you're local, we're trying to do something in person too.
Yeah, so for sure.
Get with us. Like I said, follow us at all social media platforms at Owning the Masters. Yes. And we will see y'all.
Thank y'all for tuning in.
Yes. Peace.